March 2008, Pippa Bacca, an Italian artist, embarked on a tour in what she called a marriage between different people and nations. She was promoting world peace. The tour ended in death. Pippa Bacca's demise was violent. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about real crimes and real people. This is the murder of Pippa Bacca. Want to know what happened? Let's get started. Giuseppina Pasqualino di Marineo, also known as Pippa Bacca, was born on December 9, 1974 in Milan. Her parents were Guido di Marineo and Elena Manzone. Pippa was described as loyal and determined. She was an activist and a pacifist, and her work concentrated around ecological issues and social responsibility. Pippa Bacca was a performance and feminist artist who worked with photography, collages, and embroidery to express her beliefs. In March 2008, Pippa Bacca and her fellow artist Silvia Muro embarked on a tour across Europe, both dressed in white wedding dresses, on what they called Brides on Tour. The goal was to promote world peace, going from country to country, bringing nations together for one cause. Pippa and Silvia left Milan on March 8th and started their journey. They hitchhiked along the way, meeting people from different nations, but soon things would come to a tragic end, at least for one of them. Pippa and Silvia split near Istanbul and planned to reunite later in Beirut, but they never saw each other again. Pippa's family came forward stating they hadn't seen or heard from her after March 31st. The story grabbed the media attention, and once something grabs media attention, it's everywhere. Investigations and the search for Pippa Bacca started. The police determined Pippa was last seen getting into a mini truck in Gebze. They discovered a vehicle and they tracked a man because he put on a new SIM card into Pippa's mobile phone. The man had a previous theft conviction and he was wanted for theft. His name, Murat Karatas. Karatas was captured and taken into questioning, where he eventually confessed. He stated he was drunk and high on drugs on that day Pippa Bacca was killed, but he couldn't remember what he had done, even though he remembered where Pippa's body was after he choked her to death. So Murat Karatas led the police to the location where the body was. Pippa Bacca was found naked and decomposing in bushes near the northern city of Gebze. After 2 weeks missing, Pippa Bacca's family was living a nightmare. They finally knew where she was, but Pippa was in fact dead and tossed like trash. The suspect, Murat Karatas, was accused of assault and murder. Allegedly, Murat gave Pippa a ride in his Jeep from a gas station. He drove her into a forest, he assaulted her, and he choked her to death to prevent her from going to the police. DNA testing suggested Pippa was actually assaulted by multiple people. Pippa's family believed Murat had at least one accomplice. Murat Karatas had left school after 3rd grade and he didn't speak English. Pippa's mobile phone settings were in English. Her photographs were erased and all the information in the phone was also erased. So Murat couldn't do it by himself. He needed help from someone who actually understood English. At the end, Murat Karatas was found guilty of murder, assault, kidnapping, and theft. He was sentenced to life for murder, 7.5 years for assault, 5 years for kidnapping, and 1 year and 8 months for theft. Pippa's death raised some issues regarding violence against women by locals. If a local woman had been killed or assaulted after going on a hitchhiking, would she be given the same attention or would she be blamed for what happened? Pippa's fellow traveler Silvia Muro stopped making art after what happened to Pippa. Pippa's art lives on.